All right, good evening, everyone. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order, the Brawley City Council meeting and successor agency to the Brawley Community Redevelopment Agency. Regular meeting agenda here, Tuesday, March 19th, beginning here this evening at 6 p.m. Could we get the roll call, please?
The minutes will reflect all council members present.
Excellent. And before we move on to invocation and pledge, I do want to acknowledge all the BUHS students that are here joining us today. And I'm going to try this once, see what we can do. Is there anybody from BUHS that's willing to come up and help us with the Pledge of Allegiance? Do we have any volunteers? It's kind of what I thought we would get. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a
I
while.
will talk to Mr. Flores and make sure there's extra credit involved. Is there any?
Martinez.
Oh, Martinez. I apologize, Mr. Martinez. Okay, we're going there.
No wonder they didn't want to.
Okay. If not, we'll default. Councilmember Navo, if you don't mind, when we do the pledge, but we need to do the invocation first. So, if we can get Pastor Mike Nenchik from the El Redentor Church come up and lead us in the prayer.
Lord God, as we stand here before you this evening, we thank you for the grace, the mercy that you've bestowed upon us, upon our leaders of the city, and all the blessings that have come our way. We ask and pray that your Holy Spirit would lead and direct our city fathers in all the decision-making that is before them and all the other projects and opportunities that are coming our way. Help them to discern, to understand, to have the wisdom and the direction of your hand on their lives in the decision-making for the betterment of our community. For we ask and pray all this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. Face our flag. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilmember Nava, and thank you, Pastor Mike. That'll take us to our first item on the agenda, which will be approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a
Second.
motion. We have a motion, a second from Councilmember Couchman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, no abstentions. We'll move to item number 2. Public appearances and comments. This is not to exceed 4 minutes. This is the time for the public to address the council on any items that are not appearing on the agenda and is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The mayor will recognize you when you come to the microphone. Please state your name for the record. You are not allowed to make personal attacks on individuals or make comments which are slanderous or which may invade an individual's personal privacy. Please direct your questions and comments to the City Council.
Good evening. Buenas tardes. My name is Isabel Solis. I'm president of Amigos de la Comunidad in Perro Valley, and I'm here to invite you to attend our upcoming celebration of the Cesar Chavez celebration in downtown Brawley, Saturday, March 30th. We will commence our activities at 10 o'clock with the Aslan Car Show, and we will, there'll be vendors available throughout the day. The festivities for the car show will wrap up at about 3 o'clock, where they get their awards, the different areas, divisions that they award, and then the evening celebration begins. Pastor Mike actually was one of our recipients last year. We will be giving our Cesar Chavez Y Se Puede Community Service Awards, and this year our recipients include Fidel Flores, mayor of Calapan and just retired 45 years with Pepsi-Cola Company. We also have our outgoing superintendent for Brawley Elementary School District, Mr. Jaime Silva, and we have our new incoming superintendent at IVC, Dr. Marta Garcia. Those are some of our recipients. We hope you can join us. One of our music, we have Turi and the Crew, a local band that is very well loved, and we also have the #1 Selena tribute band right now in the nation, so we're excited about that. And so we invite you, we have some tickets for you, and we invite you to attend, and we hope to see you there.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. And that's a great group of community leaders too, so look forward to that. Anyone else, members of the public, would like to come up?
Good evening, everyone. Katie Luna, CEO for the Brawley Chamber of Commerce. It's been a tough few days for our business community, as you all know. But I'm here tonight to address some concern that we have in the downtown corridor with regard to safety. We have several issues in one particular block, in one particular alley, that we have on several occasions had to call out PD, and PD's always been wonderful in coming out and addressing issues. But we're seeing more and more issues that are affecting our business owners. And so I just want to bring it here to you tonight. We are having separate dialogues that are going on with our downtown merchants group. We'll definitely have more conversation around that. But we definitely have some issues, and we need to see more action, proactive action in solving some of the issues that are affecting businesses. It's pretty sad when I get business owners coming and they're feeling unsafe in their business. They're having drug deals going on. They're finding drugs in front of their building. You know, it's not fair for the business owners who are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into keeping our city running with their business. They're keeping employees employed. They have to think of their safety. And so we want to address their needs as best as we can. So we're going to come to council, to the city staff with dialogue over the next few weeks, and we just ask that you're receptive. We have some business owners here tonight that would like to also express some concern that they have and some experiences that they've had. So we just want to make sure that council knows that we have some issues that need to be resolved.
Thank you. A question, Katie?
Yes.
With respect to a specific area, or is there a particular area that you're focused on?
Yes, there is this one specific area that we're seeing an increase in issues, and we can talk about that. I think privately would be best.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any other members of the public? Any other, sound like, looks like we have one more, and then Marjo will get to you. Come on up. Yeah.
Come on
yes,
up.
please.
I'm owner of Busy Bee Floral. Just to touch on what Katie said further, my name is Amy McCafferty. It's the 500 block. Apparently, I'm in the Downtown Merchant Association, I guess. I'm not sure what it's called. But there is an issue. I've been in the building since December, and I have a lot of negative activity. And Valentine's Day, we stayed until midnight. We have people banging on the back roll-up door. I don't want the girls staying late, walking themselves out to the car. It's not well lit in certain areas. There's a sort of little encampment kind of thing going on down east in the alley. There's just a lot of negative activity. There's a lot of kids that run through there. There's a lot of trash. There's a lot of broken bottles. It's a safety issue for me. I'm not comfortable. I'm doing my best as a good steward of the community, and I'm learning quite a bit. Being a new business owner, so it's kind of helped to shed some light, and I'm learning the ways and the ropes, and I'm okay with that. It's fine. I just really would love to partner with the city, the chamber, any other fellow business owners that want to just see what Brawley can be. I can't reiterate it more. I'll do whatever I take. I'm on the committee as well. And I'll do whatever I need to do. So I want to bring it to your attention as well. And of course, you'll get some more dialogue because we're having some side conversations about it. So reach out to me if you have any suggestions and things that we can maybe implement. But as far as my rights as a business owner, I'm trying to implement what I can and do what I can to protect my assets there, because that is how I pay my mortgage, and that is 4 full-time employees. And if I can't do what I need to do because I'm worried about the safety or the viability of my business in the city, it's a major concern. So just thank you for your time.
You back here.
Hi. Good evening. My name is Silvia Castañeda, and I am the business owner of Sylvia's Little Treasures here at 511 Main Street. And I'm also here for the concerns that's happening around the area. I'm sure it's just only obvious. I mean, you can't even throw the trash out in the evening because we have people hanging out there. They practically live in the alley. And it just seems to me, since I moved to this location, it has been bad. And my other location that I was there for 4 years, I never had that problem. So it's only obvious that it's my block, it's my alley, And we have a lot of, you know, I don't know if it's homeless, transits, I don't know what you want to call them, that are just hanging out there. They just sleep in every little corner. I mean, clothing and drugs, and I did find some drugs in front of my shop. I turned it into the police. So, I mean, you know, what if a high school, you know, teen passes by and sees it and picks it up? I don't know how. And I never had that problem in my other shop, in my other area. So, you know, it's pretty bad on this block. So I think for us as business owners, for us to keep my shop area clean inside, and then I can't even come outside because it's dirty, the sidewalks are dirty, it's unkept, the alley's unkept. There's they get into the trash cans, they pull everything out, we see clothes everywhere. So it's just, I think we just need to maybe see what we can do with also with the council, with the chamber, with the council, with the citizens, what we can do to get together to start cleaning up downtown a little bit, and you know, remembering the little mom and pops and friendly, merchant friendly, you know, businesses that are there, you know, and we do care and we do take care of our place, but we need Brawley to also care about us and not forget about us. So, thank you.
Thank you, and maybe there might be other comments, but just real quick for our city manager, this is obviously public and comments. We don't, you know, have, you know, items that are not on the agenda to make decision on, but maybe it'd just be a good idea to consider just at the staff level if we can have a stakeholders and really work on what the solutions will be. And I know it's much appreciated, again, for those who brought those comments forward, and I think some of this we've heard, and some of it sounds like it's escalating, so again, thank you for that. Any other public comments? Any other topics? Anyone else? Oh, Marjo. Marjo, you're supposed to just pop up. There we go.
Hi, I'm here on behalf of the Friends of the Library to remind you that Thursday evening is our Brawley Reads event. People have been reading Notorious RBG, and we are going to have Her Honor Monica Lepe Negrete come and talk about what it's like to be a woman in the justice system. And since she's one of our judges now, we're very, very happy to have her come talk to us. And then we can drill her with many questions, because that's usually how this program works for us. So it's Thursday evening, 6 o'clock, the main library. We will be in the wonderful Rotary Reading Room. There will be refreshments, and we'd just like to invite everybody.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, Marjo. That'll be this Thursday. Any other public comments? Seeing none, very good. We'll move on to our next item, which will be the consent agenda. These items are approved in one motion. Council members or members of the public may request items to be considered separately or at a different time determined by the mayor. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. We'll move to the next item, which will be regular business. 4A will be discussion of potential action to approve and request the Brawley Cattle Call Queen Royalty Association to sell and consume alcohol on city property at the Cattle Call Arena for the 2019 Kickin' It Country Battle of the Bands, May 4th, 2019, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Backup material on pages 66 through 71. Marjo.
Hi, I'm really excited because it is a different Battle of the Bands. It'll be country western bands. We're looking forward to this. All the plans have been run through the Cattle Call Committee to make sure that everything's copacetic down in the park where all the horses are kept. And Dana Mendoza is also here if you have any further questions.
Have any questions? Any discussion from council?
Just on the application, Ms. Dana Mendoza, I think you completed the application. You don't need to get up, it's just a commentary. When I first read it, I thought it said Battle of the Husbands, and I was like, man, that's going to be rough, you know? So, but yeah, Battle of the
No,
Bands.
that's the lucha libre.
Yeah, right, yeah. I think that was the,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like it, you know?
like that, yeah.
Look. Anyway, that was just my commentary. That would be an interesting event, though, if you had that. That might sell some tickets, for sure.
Future.
Yeah.
Any other comments, questions?
No.
Councilmember Cashman? Okay.
You made the motion.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, I'll go ahead and call for the question here on this item. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
All right, we have one opposition, no abstentions. Motion will carry. We'll move to item B.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marjo. Discussion and potential action to adopt a public budget meeting schedule for fiscal year 2019-2020, page 72. As we look at our calendars.
Yes. Mayor, before we jump to this item, just want to take a moment to point out a new addition to our city staff, and that is our interim finance director, Tyler Salcido, who is here with us this evening. Tyler will be of great assistance to the city of Brawley as we move through the milestones of the budget preparation process. As was taken up in February of this year, the first milestone for the upcoming year is the mid-year budget review. And what we've done is outline the dates that we normally have our strategic planning session and workshops for the general fund and other funds, with the goal of adopting the budget prior to the end of the fiscal year. So we've assumed two bookends, which are the date that already occurred for mid-year and adoption by June 18th.
Very good, thank you, and welcome aboard, Mr. Salcido, in the interim position. Appreciate that. For any of the anyone that was wondering what the new face in the crowd was, so yeah, welcome here. On the matter of the public meeting schedule, I know everyone maybe kind of took a look at their calendars. Maybe the best way to do this is kind of work our way down each date and just see if we come to agreement as we're checking calendars and whatnot, and see if we can kind of get down this and fill in some of the blanks. So the backup materials obviously at page 72 with kind of the proposed public meeting schedule. And obviously February 5th is behind us, so we've had, that milestone. So we'll go to March of this month. We need a strategic planning session. It's suggested at 5 p.m. maybe. We can always do what we want there, but any
26th?
dates?
We have a meeting on the 26th, right?
Yes.
So we already have a meeting scheduled for the 26th.
On the 26th.
We do?
I'm expecting, though, that if it's anything similar to what occurred at Planning Commission, that could be a very lengthy public hearing. Went a few hours.
All right, well,
I don't
then
wanna
maybe we can
spend
go.
that time for the
Yeah.
extra hours. What time are we planning to have the meeting on the 26th? Is it regular time?
6 p.m.
Is it set for 6 p.m.?
6?
6 p.m.
I have another meeting scheduled at that time, but the city council takes priority on that. So. But I don't necessarily want to go another 2 hours with that one.
Another 2 hours? That's all? All right, so are we looking at April?
It might be, because the following meeting would be obviously the following week. April 2nd is our regular scheduled meeting, and April 16th, that's correct, right?
Second and
about
16th. Sometimes the
What
council's
about-
chosen a standalone or an appendage to an existing meeting.
What about April
Wanna
2nd?
Attach it to April
April
2nd,
2nd.
come early, and
I'm okay.
April 2nd, we're already here. so-
Yeah.
Okay, we're already here.
are we
for
okay
that
with
one.
early then?
Yes,
Maybe.
I am.
Yeah,
So that would be
that would work
the strategic
early.
planning session,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
April 2nd?
All right.
April
April 2nd.
Same time or earlier?
Wanna
Well,
just
Fine,
bump
it's
it
just
to
fine.
earlier.
5
It's
PM?
fine, yeah.
We'll go at 5 PM, and obviously with the regular meeting, we'll keep going till we're done, so, okay.
Okay.
April 2nd, 5 PM for the strategic planning session. Next one will be the general fund workshop. This tends to be one of the longer workshop discussions, so staying in April, I assume? Is that when?
Late April would be fantastic if that's something the council might.
Does anybody know when the Energy Summit is?
The week
That's
of
in-
the 20,
The
the week of the
summit?
22nd.
Week of the 22nd.
Yeah, the
is
22nd.
April?
Through the
Uh-huh.
26th.
So I'll be out of commission
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
week, pretty much, or at least part of that week. I'll be there at the Energy Summit.
Yeah, I have it for 24th through the 26th, is that right?
Not the 29th.
Is the
Monday?
30th too late? We have 2 additional Tuesdays available in the month of April. I don't know if is that
The
on the late
30th
end?
would work for me, I don't know.
The 30th?
Mhm.
potentially?
Sure.
30th works for me.
Okay. Lou?
Unless there's something else going on. I don't think there is.
Because Renewable Energy Summit's the week of the 22nd,
Right.
as you mentioned. We're already doing strategic planning on the 2nd, then we'll have the 16th, so maybe the
30th is
30th?
fine.
Luke, are you
What about
available
you?
30th?
You got stuff going on?
I got a little bit of a conflict that
Yeah.
night now.
Okay.
29th make
What
a
about the
difference?
29th?
29th would be better for me.
It's a Monday.
29th works for me.
29? Okay, that's a Monday?
29th.
That's a Monday.
That's a Monday. That's at 5 or 6?
Why don't we do the 5? And
Could we
if-
do it at a
5?
different time?
That's
I
probably a
mean,
good idea.
We're scheduling them at 5, right?
5's better, I think, or a little earlier.
Is there availability at another time?
If we did it earlier on the 30th, you mean?
Yeah, or what if we did it early on that Monday?
On the 29th.
On the
That's
We
fine.
can
29th?
get it cranked out,
4
we can
o'clock.
get the rest of the week,
We're
Like
talking
noon
4?
or something?
or even
like
before,
I'm,
like 9.
I'm up for that.
10?
8, yeah, 9, 10, whatever.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
I'm fine, whatever time.
So morning?
Is that- yeah.
Monday.
9
I mean,
a.m.?
Just to get it out, yeah. Is that cool?
Okay, all right.
So we're
9
looking at
a.m. on
Monday, the 29th?
29th.
At 9 a.m.
9
Okay.
a.m.
Coffee.
Yes.
Burritos.
Coffee.
Burritos.
Coffee for
Burritos.
sure.
I'll call you at 8:45 to wake you up so you
Yeah,
can be
do
here.
that,
at 9,
please. Yeah, that would be great.
Which will take us to the Enterprise and Special Funds Workshop, which will be the second budget-specific workshop.
Can we just follow the regular schedule for that one?
If we could.
Like the 7th?
That tends to be a little,
I'm gonna be out of town, actually. I was gonna see about changing the, or I would be absent on the 7th. I have a trip out of town, business trip that week.
okay.
21st might be
No.
another
Oh,
option
okay.
for a workshop.
The 21st is fine.
Okay, so the second meeting in May is the 21st. Is there any issue with having the Enterprise Fund Workshop discussion on that day? And we'll maybe do the same thing by coming in a little earlier, so the 5 p.m. start on the 21st? Is our normal?
Okay. All right.
If I could just get an
We'll try it.
updated reminder, otherwise
Yep.
if I don't have it on
All
my
of these
schedule.
things, all
Yeah,
of these
please.
things.
And also wanted to
21st?
inquire whether, for the new meeting dates, would council like arrangements to be made for the videotaping of those workshops?
Sure, I
Um,
mean.
Probably if we're
I
going to
think
show them to the public, right?
Yeah,
So
Right,
they
they'd be
probably
just
need
the
to
same
see
as
that.
our normal, because right now
I
we're only
think
set
so.
up for our regular dates.
if
Okay.
we
I
could.
think they need the information.
Maybe you could just put your phone up like that on Facebook and then you can just film
Is the
it.
21st at 9 a.m. also?
Nope, 5
5
p.m.
p.m.
5
Just-
p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have April
Mary.
2nd at 5, April 29th at 9 a.m., May 21st at 5, and with the goal of our budget adoption by the 18th of June.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Thank you very much.
Do we need a motion for that, or?
No.
We okay? All right.
Very good, thank you to council for getting that set. Looks like we're synced up there, so item B is complete. We'll move on to our department reports. And this will be item 5A, presentation on Volunteer Park Phase 2, project by Miguel Perez, Parks Coordinator.
Am I getting in the way?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Just to present that Phase 2 on the parking lot at Volunteer Park is completed. Little PowerPoint, little picture, video status that we got some video from Victor Garcia, our city engineer, one of our city engineers. So here it goes.
AKA, what's this AKA?
So as you see, we have Phase 1 on the top left corner, and then Phase 2, the one that has been completed, it's on the right-hand side to the bottom. And for the future, Phase 3, the whole alleyway, that's a whole different battle.
Ball game.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So I know some of council members were at the open ceremony for Little League,
Little League.
and it was packed, so that's a good result right there. So we have the entrance right there, the sign. We're following grant orders of putting up sign, keeping it up for the time that they require. So just some few pictures. ADA, our basin that's required by the county.
Shoulder.
All right. Some neat tunes.
Drone.
So this video was prepared by Victor Garcia, one of our city engineers.
It's funny that he chose this song.
Yes.
No, I know the song.
Do you know the song?
It's a song that's designed for movies. Yeah,
It's awesome.
So that's our presentation and our completion of phase 2. Eventually on backup material, you guys already approved all the monies and all that, so we'll pursue the phase 3 in the future.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, Miguel.
Thank
Any
you.
comments? Other than we got
Good work.
the music.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
just my only comment is I was out there in person a couple of times when it first got completed, and I was out there for the Little League opening day, and I almost wanted somebody to announce that the parking lot was done and that it was awesome, but nobody announced it. But I think people appreciate it very much. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my quick comment was just, obviously, as a lot of us do, remember when the park was built, my boys were still right in the middle of playing baseball at that time, so a lot of great memories there. That was a phenomenal park and a project back then, but to see what it looks like today, it just continues to get better, so great job on everyone's part, and once again, thank you to staff as well as ACPD to come back and come together and put the funding together for that, so exciting to see. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Move on to additional informational report. 6A, recording of building permits, February 2019, in the city of Brawley, prepared by Oscar Escalante. It's in your backup material for all to see. And seeing no any questions or concerns there, we'll move on to city council member reports, and I'll go ahead and begin. I'm going to go ahead and hold my report to the next meeting, and as everyone heard, we have several coming up, so I will hold on my report, but I do want to give an opportunity to go down, and we'll start with council member Lou Camby.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In the essence of time, I too will yield my report till the next time.
And I'll wait till next time. I don't have a lot to report.
I'll do the same. Our plan is to get out soon so we can attend the vigil, so that's part of the reason we're going through these.
I'll do the same.
Okay, thank you to our Mayor Pro Tem, my fellow council members. And as I said, we'll have the opportunity at the next council meeting, we can give an aggregate report if you wish to do so. We'll move on to item 8, city manager's report.
Nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. And even under item A, right? So we're-
No,
okay.
presentation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
My
like,
apologies. I do have in the audience today Armando Garibay, our Information Systems Manager, should be here with us.
Yep.
That's right.
And Armando is going to be doing just a very brief education piece. Would like to inform the council of some changes that will be rolling out in the city among our employee base.
very good.
Councilmember. Armando Garibay, Information Systems Manager. Just wanted to inform you guys that in the next 30 to 60 days, we're going to be rolling out a new security policy for the city. What this involves is actually changing passwords for the staff. All staff that was hired after 2017 already has some of these policies, but this is going to cover some of the legacy employees that have been here a number of years and have never changed their passwords. The reason we're doing this is not only compliance, but to mitigate some of the vulnerabilities that are out there. We've had, just to kind of keep it short, we've had some accounts that have been compromised, email, where unscrupulous people are posing as our staff and sending emails out. Now, if we had a password policy in place, some of those passwords would have expired, but because some have them set to never, we will be addressing that with this policy. And very quickly, it's just going to be some standard policies, guidelines of minimum characters like 8, password resets every 180 days, and password reuse of 5 history. Just standard stuff across the board. You guys have any questions?
So your password of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is no go?
I thought that was yours.
Mr. Garabay, I appreciate all your support, too. I've had some of my password reset and technical issues, so always responsive, but thank you
Yeah.
for the report and the heads up. Any other questions from
Thank you,
council?
sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wealth of knowledge, that guy. He's always helping me. Thank you.
That's it. Okay, thank you. We'll move on to item 8, city attorney's report. And number 9, city clerk's report.
Just a reminder of Thursday's California League dinner at Chavela's, 6 o'clock.
That's right.
Very good, thank you. We'll take a very brief recess. Actually, if council, if we can, for the most part, stay put, but we'll take a brief recess here and we'll convene to closed session.
Donnie, could I?
Oh, yes.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Desert Review. Thank you for the article on doves and my picture. It's my best profile. My back. Thanks.
I made the-
I recognized your back.
Did you recognize my back?
Oh.
Yeah.